Yo, what is going on? Day 17 right here. And what I want to share today is dopamine detox. And starting this weekend, it's a Friday for me right now. Starting this weekend, I'm gonna be doing a complete social media fast, meaning Facebook and Instagram. I'm just gonna completely cut them out, delete the apps, and just not go on them at all for the next couple of days. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's part of this dopamine detox that I'm going to be doing. And essentially what dopamine is, if you don't know what dopamine is, it's essentially like the chemicals that fire off in our brain of like, oh, feel good, feel good, feel good, feel good. But what happens is that a lot of times with certain platforms, certain social media platforms, it can just be like firing off like all the time. What I noticed happening with myself is that throughout the day I'm constantly checking my phone, constantly checking my messages, constantly checking all the updates, constantly checking like all of these different things, and I've started to feel it. I've started to actually feel my attention and focus being dispersed in a lot of different directions. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it out completely for the next couple of days. I'll report back on how it is and what I think about it and everything. But really, I saw this video today. I saw this video today of someone that I really respect, an entrepreneur that I really look up to, really respect. And he was talking about his own dopamine detox. He was like a super successful guy and someone that I really admire in the business world. And so I was really listening and taking his opinions very heavily. And he was talking about this one. He was talking about this one test that they did with these lab rats at this one laboratory on studying dopamine. So rats, their brains are similar to human brains in a lot of sort of ways, and so that's why they always constantly run tests on rats. And so what they're doing with these rats is that they essentially hooked up like these helmets to the rats where essentially like the rats would push a button and they would send like feel good signals, feel good electrical input, something, feel good something into the rats. And so the rats would push the button, boom, something, they would feel good from it. Push the button, boom, feel good. And so what would happen is that after doing this test often and long enough, what happened is the rats got addicted to just pushing the button. Pushing the button, boom, feel good. Pushing the button, feel good. To the point where they started losing all motivation completely to do anything else, like even eat, for example. They did this one test where they had this button, that feel good button, and they had food, like actual food that it needed to stay alive in the other corner. And what the rat decided to do was to ignore the food completely and just go for the button. And so where this experiment got even more weird, even more interesting, was when this rat, because you'd think like, oh, you know, the food was on the other corner of the little box, the little room that it was in, so it didn't want to, it just was easier to go to the feel good button, and you know it's far away to go over there. But that actually wasn't the case, because what they did was they put this feel good button on the other side of the room, and they put these electrical pads, like these electrical surges, like bad electrical shocks, like painful electrical shocks, across the room, so that in order to get to that feel good button, the rat had to actually go across like this like landmine of like painful electrical surges. And so what did it do? It still went for it. It still went across all of these different like electrical charge, like painful things to get to that feel good button. The rat was addicted to that feel good button. And so there's a lot of stuff going on with social media platforms and for me, I just felt like, you know what, I just need a break. I need to take a breather from this. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna carry on with, because like I've gone on certain retreats for extended periods of time, 5 days or 10 days, where I'm just completely removed from everything. But I'm normally like either like at a meditation retreat, like the 10-day silent meditation retreat that I've done. But I've never done just social media fast where I'm still like functioning in normal day-to-day life. Like I'm still gonna do all my normal stuff. I'm still gonna be working. I'm still gonna do like everything that I normally do, just not go on social media. So I'm really curious to see, since I'll still be working, I'm really curious to see how this is going to affect just my focus, my productivity when it comes to actually just getting shit done. So that is what I'm gonna be doing. That's a little bit about dopamine detox right there, and I'm pretty stoked to be sharing that with you, because it's something that I've been feeling it. I've been really feeling it a lot lately, and so I'm gonna be doing that, and I'll report back how it goes. So that's the video for today. Hope you enjoyed, and catch you on the next one.